everybody, this is RBO Short 13, aka Ryan, and today I'm doing a video, my review of the new Scream episode, Season 2, Episode 7, Let the Right One In. This episode is really good. This one is directed by Rodman Flender. He directed Leprechaun 2, so I think that's pretty cool. He also directed Ghosts, that episode last season. And I think the episode was directed very well. I thought the writing was an improvement, but also a downgrade. This is my favorite episode. I just think that the action, there could have been even more action. I think what really slowed the episode down a bit was Zoe. Even though they do go into her character, though, when she talks about that she went into the SpaceX program that Noah tried to apply for constantly. He talked to Riley about it in the pilot of last season, and it's like, how does she know about that? You know, and then he says, you know, like, I applied to that for six times. It's in June, not October. So how are you in there? How are you there in the fall? And she just like doesn't even know what to say, and that is really sketchy. And then she takes Noah to the lake, and that's where like he drowned, you know, like in the pilot. So it's you gotta wonder, like, you know, like if she could be the possible, you know, killer in the show. Also, you know, there's some good theories that it could be Eli. The episode opens with Eli in someone's house, eating and standing around and looking at parents. I don't know. But Emma's got her job back, Grindhouse, which is pretty cool. You get to see her work again, and the story finally goes into Miss Langmore and her character, and that she's like recording a bunch of students and this and that, and like, is she like making a book or some sort of documentary, or like what is she doing? You know what I mean? Like, she just seems like one of those like old characters, you know, teachers from like an old movie that you know, that's very sketchy and does something like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then Ghostface called her, and then Ghostface showed up at the school, stabbed Branson, threw her to a wall, and then threw her to the floor, and then she hit her head, and that is just like brutal. Now I don't know, like, if Branson is going to be alive in the next episode, or if that's it, because he got his hand cut off, he got burnt with an iron, you know, and then he was stabbed, and then he was in a house with fire. So, you know, at the end of this episode, Branson is in a bathtub, you know, while the house is in flames, you know, and it's like so intense, but, you know, because you wonder, like, because it gives like the audience their interpretation of what happened a little bit, and I think that's pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the action in this episode. I think that Ghostface is really awesome in this. And I like the moment when he's interrupted by the janitor, and he like has to run, like, oh shit, and then he runs and stuff, and like I thought that was so cool. And yeah, it's really really interesting episode. Also, there's not a lot of Kieran in this episode. The only thing that's Kieran is in the episode, like amount of screen time, is when he tells Emma that he was, you know, he betrayed her, and that he sees Emma and Eli hitting on each other, and he's jealous. And then if you realize at the end of the episode, the house is on fire. So you gotta wonder, was that Kieran? You know, because he looked all, you know, like mad and stuff, and they've really been leading the story towards Kieran being the killer. I think that would be too obvious. You know, of course it's going to be somebody that we do not expect, like Piper Shaw. You know, they're going to do something very surprising, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait till they go more into Audrey's story more, and the whole accomplice story. And I like that Brooke, you know, is her character's taking chances and risks, and that her character's changing and growing and evolving, and, you know, that's pretty hard to do after the kind of character she was in the very beginning of last season. I think this new season is written very well. It could be written better though. I think it's directed great. I think that each episode gets better and better. The acting gets better and better. And I just cannot wait for the next episode, Village of the Damned, and just what's next for that. And just cannot wait. And yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed my review. Great episode. Everybody check out the show if you haven't. The airings are kind of getting bad, so you know, if anybody's not tuning in on the network, be sure to watch it if you can. It's 9-10 p.m. on Tuesdays. It originally was 11 on Mondays, which was not good for their network. So I'm glad they changed that, and yeah, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5-6 episodes left. So I'm very excited, you know, because things are really going to start to, you know, get crazy. Things are going to get really intense now, so I'm very excited. Because then I'll have a lot to talk about. You know, it'd be more like a movie, you know. Another important part of this episode was when Miguel, the sheriff, he finds a picture in the old abandoned farmhouse that Emma and her mom, like, searched, looked all around one night in the dark, and they could not find anything. And now, episodes later, Miguel, you know, goes there. He finds a picture, and it's a picture of Emma and probably a different dad that she has that's scratched. Like his face is scratched, like white. It's like this, scribbled. And on the picture, and he says to Maggie that this is about Emma, and it could be it could be both of their faults, and that is really intense, and you got to wonder, like, you know, why would it be their fault, you know, like, where's this story coming from, you know, why is so many things hidden in the story, you know, like, there's so much to be revealed. I personally think it's Troy James. That's her dad. That's just my personal theory, and I think that would probably be the biggest reveal, shock value of the season. Yeah, so I really like that part of the writing, and I really hope they go into that more, and I think they will. I hope everybody enjoyed my review. I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, peace.